Well, thank you, Katie, for that very generous welcome. And can I pay tribute to the work that you've done in Sussex? It cannot be understated how much Katie has achieved as a Conservative Police and Crime Commissioner for victims and residents in Sussex. She's been a very good friend to me and a mentor to all of us as new candidates, giving us advice at all times of the day when we've needed it. And it's been a real example to me as to how things would be different in Kent. As she mentioned, we don't have a Conservative Police and Crime Commissioner in Kent, we have an independent. And as Katie mentioned, not always got the attention that the role rightly deserves. You may have read of it in the national press, but that's in the past now. I've committed to run a positive campaign across Kent to promote what I would do differently, that I would put victims first, cut crime, and do more on the issues that matter to local people. So I've been going out and campaigning across the whole county. It's a very, very diverse area. We have urban areas, rural areas, coastal areas. We have international ports and international railway stations. It's a lot to do, it's a big challenge, and it's one that I feel that I am up to. Now, I come from a policing family. My father is a retired police officer. My brother is a serving police officer as well. And that's given me a fantastic understanding growing up of what the police go through on a day-to-day basis, what they put themselves through in the line of duty, and they do to protect us all from harm. And I want to make sure that they've got the support, the training, the resources that they need to keep us all safe. So I'm going out and I'm promoting my positive message. I'm doing street stalls. I've come from one this morning. I'm going off. If anyone's in the Rochester area later on today, please do come out and join me to promote the message. And the message for me is quite clear. It's that your security, Kent's security, is my priority. And I've come up with a 6-point plan to promote that will deliver for all of our urban, rural and coastal communities and will make a real difference to the lives and safety of people in Kent. So I want to make sure that we cut crime and reduce reoffending. Reoffending rates in Kent are around 60% now, so people coming out of prison are causing more crime, and it's around about 60% now. I want to deliver more value for money so that we look at how we can work better with the other emergency services to provide better value and good value for taxpayers' money, whilst providing also a better service. I want to do more to tackle antisocial behaviour, sort out the problems with substance misuse and support victims of substance abuse and violence. I want to put victims at the heart of everything that we do to make sure that victims are first and not criminals. I want to make sure they get the services that they feel that they need when they've been a victim of crime, that the police support them and that they get updated on their investigations, and crucially, that when the police have done their job and that person has been charged, that it gets to court via the CPS. And one of the big issues that I'm campaigning on in this election is one that's garnered a lot of interest across Kent, and that's mental health. Mental health and policing now is such a big issue in the police and in the justice system. It's been estimated now that around about a quarter of police time is spent dealing in Kent or cases involving mental health, when that's not necessarily the right or the appropriate response. The police are doing their duty to all of us to protect vulnerable people and responding. In other police force areas, it's around 40% now, so it's a big challenge for policing and criminal justice. So I want to work with the NHS, with charities, with parents, with all the organisations involved in supporting people to make sure that we deliver the services that people want and that they need, that we can reduce police pressure and that they can be out on the streets doing their job and keeping us safe. I want to make sure that police officers have the support and the training that they feel they need in order to help people with mental health. And one of the excellent reforms that we've been looking at nationally as a government is street triage, where mental health professionals go out on the street on call with police to mental health episodes. And that's making a real difference. In some forces, that's reduced detentions by about 50%. We had some of those pilots in Kent, and I want to look at bringing those back to make the best of the experience that police officers had before so that we can improve the service in the future. But it's also, with regards to mental health, about supporting police officers and police staff. With increased absenteeism and sickness due to issues with anxiety, depression and stress, it's incumbent on me as a Police and Crime Commissioner that we do more to support our police officers and staff. So I will work with them and the Police Federation and other organisations such as Mind and their Blue Light campaign to make sure they've got the good occupational health and mental health support that they need. It's going to be a big challenge. The incumbent independent is not standing again, which I know brought great delight to some of my fellow candidates. But I'll be looking across the whole country at some of the excellent sitting PCCs that we have and some of the new candidates coming forward with positive ideas, with great messages. You know, we've had an excellent PCC in Katie in Sussex, in Nick in Essex, Matthew in Humberside, who let's remember is doing a great job up there for us, you know, Julia in Yorkshire. We've got a fantastic team, and it's one that I would be proud to join if I'm elected on the 5th of May. So that's a little bit about some of the issues that I'm campaigning on. It's now my great privilege and pleasure to introduce to you the Home Secretary, Theresa May.